everybody, as you can see, today my video is all about cutting baby bangs, and I am going to show you how I do it. I have a little bit of a different technique. I actually use clippers instead of scissors, and I feel like it gives me more of a blunt line. And as you can also probably tell, I am very sick, so I'm trying to project for you guys, but I'm talking through some laryngitis, so hopefully you can hear and understand everything that I say. This is actually really easy. A lot of you guys have asked me how I do it, and there's really not a huge trick to it. I think most of what is in it is using clippers versus scissors, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by sectioning my hair, which I've already done a little bit. I had to do it when my hair was still pretty wet. So you just want kind of a U shape, and you want to make sure that it's even on both sides. And I start my bangs right kind of where my, I don't know what it's called, kind of like where your temples are, like where your hair comes to a point is where you want to kind of start them. And you want to make sure you don't pull them too far out, because then when you start cutting in, you're going to actually be cutting into this hair, and you don't want to do that. So I've sectioned the hair, and I'm just going to bobby pin it up, and then I'm going to pull the rest of the hair back so that I don't accidentally get other hair into my bangs when I'm doing the cutting. So now the hair that I'm cutting for my bangs is actually wet, and so I want to make sure that it's a little bit drier. So I'm going to blow dry it a little bit just until it's almost dry. Okay, so it's almost at the point of being completely dry. And I keep it just a little bit wet because it gives it a little bit of weight to it, so it's easier when I'm actually cutting it. So now I'm going to put down a paper towel under where I'm cutting, because you don't want hair all over your bathroom. And now I'm just going to give my bangs an initial trim so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to cut them long, and don't pull too hard on them because you don't want to have them turn out way shorter than they're supposed to. I did this when I was on Warped Tour last summer, and the mistake I made was I pulled them and twisted, and then I looked down, and then I trimmed them, and when I looked up, they were really short, way too short. So don't do that. So now that you can actually see what you're doing, just comb them how they will fall naturally. And then I'm going to take clippers and make sure that they're all the way to the shortest setting, so they really get those little hairs. And then I'm just going to start trimming. Now be really careful when you're doing this not to get your eyebrows. You don't want to trim your eyebrows in this whole process. So I'm just going to take some scissors, and I'm just going to get the little stragglers. You can get these guys too. And then of course you can go back through and clean up with your clippers. Now I'm going to go, and I'm actually going to give them their final shape. And in between trimmings, just keep giving them a comb so that they are falling in the right direction, and so you're getting rid of all of those loose hairs. I have this little brush, and it's helpful to brush all the baby hairs off of your face. And if your forehead starts getting sweaty, you can also powder your forehead so that it's not so sticky. And you want to make sure they have that nice U shape, so make sure that the sides are a little shorter. And if you feel scary getting into the sides of your hair with the clippers, you can always just clip those little baby hairs with your scissors. Then make sure that you're looking from far away so that they look even. Now you can let the rest of your hair down because you are done cutting. And then I'm going to take a big barrel curling iron. And this is what's going to help give these bangs some of that rounded shape, because my hair is naturally super straight, so this helps them kind of curl under. You can use a smaller barrel curling iron if you want. I like using a big barrel curling iron because it doesn't give you mushroom bangs. And don't really like leave the curling iron in there, because it'll give you weird crimps. You just kind of want to give your bangs that suggestion of being curled under. And then at this point, if you have any like weird stragglers, you can always go through and trim them. If you feel like your bangs are uneven, you can go through. I don't suggest using the clippers after your bangs have been curled under like this, because you may have curled unevenly, and so when you trim with the clippers you may actually be trimming your bangs more uneven. You can definitely go through with scissors if you have like weird long hairs or whatever, but if you feel at this point like they're still uneven, I would start over, wash your bangs, get them wet, blow dry them again so that they're straight. You always want them to be straight and mostly dry when you cut them. Otherwise, if you cut them when they are wet, they will shrink when they're dry and you will have way too short bangs, which is what I did last summer. So please learn from my mistakes and don't do what I do. I hope that you guys found this helpful. Let me know if there are any styles now that you guys want to see with bangs, because obviously I have bangs now. So hope you guys like this, and be sure to subscribe for more.